So we'll start, okay, with some basic ideas on economics, some basic terms relating to economics, and then next class we can move on to the first chapter, that is fiscal policy. Okay, so give the heading economics. Okay, introduction, in that we will be discussing. So what is economics? So it is nothing but the study of the production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services. It can be from individual point of view. It can be from the household point of view. It can be from the corporate point of view, or it can be from the nation or country's point of view. So we can study about production, distribution, and consumption. Now let me give you an idea what basically this is. If we take, for example, a farmer, what will we grow? He will take certain economic decisions as to what to grow, right? How is he making that decision, what to grow? So he will keep in mind profits. I will grow rice because it will give me profit. I will grow mangoes because it's going to give me profit. Will he grow something which does not give him profit? No. So what is he going to produce? Production. Okay. How is he going to distribute, or how is he going to sell it? Who is going to take care of it? And who is the ultimate consumers? So the study of all of this is economics. Even a company, how do they take economic decisions relating to production? How do they take economic with respect to distribution, or whom they are focusing on consumption? So all that is studied in economics. So basically, economy is the study of production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services. It can be studied from the individual, household, corporate, nation's point of view. So the basic idea is that resources limited. Okay. Then wants or needs are unlimited. Yes or no? Our needs are unlimited. Resources are limited. So we need to take economic decisions to meet that want or concern. So that's the scope of economics. So how to utilize limited resources to meet unlimited wants, needs. That is the scope of economy. What is the scope of economy? It is to study how limited resources can be used to meet wants and needs of the people. So that is what is economics. If you have to define economics, this is what is economics. A company also, the ultimate aim of the company is to use its resources to fulfill its needs. Its needs is to make profit. So that is the scope of economics. Is that okay? So economy has two sub-disciplines, or it has got sub-branches. Economy has two sub-branches: microeconomics and macroeconomics. So microeconomics deals with this economic behavior or decisions at an individual unit, single unit. When they try to study the production, distribution, and consumption of a single unit, that is microeconomics. When you are trying to study economy as a whole of the nation, that is known as macroeconomics. Did you understand? Microeconomics studying the economic behavior of an individual unit, whereas macroeconomics deals with the study of economy as a whole. So that's the definition. Microeconomics, study of economic behavior of the particular individual or a firm or a household. That means it studies a particular unit. It will take your family and it will study your family, how they are taking decision, whether they are decided to buy a house, buy a car, or spend it on vacation. How are they making those decisions? What is motivating them to make those decisions? If it is a farmer, how is he selecting which crop to grow? What price is he going to sell? Where is he selling? If they are studying individual farmers or farmer group, individual farmer group, then it is microeconomics. If they're studying the whole economy of the country, aggregate of the entire country, like what is the inflation in our country? What is the poverty level in our country? What is the unemployment? See, unemployment may be 20% as a whole. So that is all studied under macro. So it studies the economy as a whole. That is not as a single unit, but a combination of all of them. Okay, it does not stick to one household. Now, inflation means inflation affects everybody. Is it affecting only one person or everybody? Everybody, right? So that is what is macroeconomics, right? So the difference, you can put a column and write the difference, right? So microeconomics studies behavior of individual, consumer, firm or family, or in other words, it studies single unit. Yes, it studies single unit. Whereas macroeconomics studies the behavior of the whole economy. So microeconomics, it deals with individual economic variables like demand and supply. That means why a family demands something, or how do they supply, farmers supply, the pricing. Why would a farmer sell it at 10 rupees or 20 rupees or 30 rupees? Factor pricing. What are the factors affecting the prices of a particular commodity? Not the aggregate, particular. Production, consumption, welfare, etc. Whereas here, it takes into account aggregate variables. Aggregate means when everything is put together, aggregate. Aggregate variables like national income, like GDP. General price level, that is inflation index, something called as CPI. We'll discuss all that later, but consumer price index is an example. Employment level, money supply, etc. Importance, helpful in determining the prices of products, okay, within the economy. Here, it is useful to study so as to bring about stability in the economy. So maintain stability in general price level and resolves major problems like inflation, deflation, reflation, etc. Okay, so that's about economics. So economics deals with production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services. Two division within economics, micro and macro. Micro deals with single unit, macro deals with the entire nation or as a whole, aggregate of everything. Individual level, individual decision making, economic decision making. See, when I'm stressing on economic decision making, should be able to appreciate that all of us in our life, we take decisions based on economic criteria. Okay, what to eat, when to eat, okay, can I afford it, right? So all those are the economic decisions. If you are a producer of something, manufacturer, farmer, you again take economic decision on a regular basis, what to grow, how much to invest, right? So all those are economic decisions. If you study the economic decisions of a single unit, microeconomics. If you try to study the economic behaviors of the whole nation, or rather the economic activity of production, distribution, of consumption of the whole nation, then it is macroeconomics. Next, coming to the types of economy. So based on who takes these decisions, based on who takes these decisions of production, distribution, and consumption, we have different types of economy in the world. Economy of the world can be divided into different types based on who takes this decision of production, distribution, and consumption, or who controls them. Okay, so we can either classify traditional, I just mentioned it, but otherwise it can be a free market economy, it can be a command economy, or it can be a mixed economy. Okay. That's one way of classifying the economies of the world. So now when we say traditional economy, it was in the past, before the formal modern economic system evolved. In the past, matlab, in our ancient times, how was economy? Economy was traditional in the sense that it was based on the kinship network. It was based on kinship network. Okay, so those who are close relatives, we do trade with them. Friends, we do trade with them. Okay, so that kind of economic relationship was called as traditional economy. So you had the temple, or you had the church, or you had a chief. Everybody, because of their loyalty, because of their love, or because of their belief system, they used to go and grow whatever they grow. They used to go and give it as tribute to the king, the chief, the temple, or the church. Then the church would then distribute to others. Temple would do, or the king would do. So it was based on kinship network. Is that okay? Even today we have this traditional economy. Like, okay, you go to your friend's wedding, you give 100 rupees in the envelope. Your friend writes down, okay, he gave 100 rupees. In your wedding, they'll give you 100 rupees. You go to a very close relative, you'll give 500 rupees. Someone you don't know, you'll just go hi, you'll give blank envelope and come off. Right. So that's your traditional economy, which is not regulated by the government or anybody. Leave that. So it's not necessary from my exam point of view. Just an idea that traditional economy was based on the kinship network, where people used to exchange goods between friends and family. Then, based on, as I told you, who takes these decisions of production, distribution, and consumption, economy can be classified into free market, command, and mixed economy. Okay, so free market economy is where production, distribution, and consumption is decided by the market forces, on the basis of demand and supply, with the intention to maximize one's profit. This is what is known as free market economy. Free for all. You take economic decision. You decide what to produce. You decide how distribution. Consumption will be based on their ability to purchase. Government will not do anything. You can purchase, you buy. You don't purchase, you starve. That's your problem. That is free market economy, where market forces decides the production, distribution, and consumption. Did you understand? So consumption will be based on who can pay. Okay, somebody who can't pay will not get it. Somebody is able to pay, they will distribute it to them. If they are able to make profit, they will produce it. Otherwise, they will not. Like buses. Buses will go to village if there is people traveling. Otherwise, no bus to that village. That is your free market. Ultimate aim is what? Profit. Okay. But command economy is opposite, where the decisions to produce, distribute, and consumption is in the hands of the government. Any government. It can be dictatorial government. Ours is democratic. It can be kings. So whoever, the government decides what to produce, distribute, and consume. Okay. And this is not based on demand and supply. Its ultimate aim is welfare. At least theoretically, it is for the welfare of the people. What to produce, what to distribute. See, for example, even in India, if you didn't know, there are certain pieces of land where only rice paddy can be grown. This law has been made by our government so that farmers have to grow rice. Otherwise, what will happen? They will not grow food crops and they will grow cash crops, which is more profitable. This was done after our independence, when we had shortage of food. We wanted our farmers to grow only food, not other crops. So there are lands in Karnataka also. There are lands which are reserved for cultivation of only paddy. They cannot grow anything else. They have to grow paddy. Why? So that food security will be achieved. So that means who is controlling production? Government. This is an example of command economy. But ours is not completely command, but I just gave you an example that government will tell people, you do this. You have no choice. You're like, today I will open a restaurant. Tomorrow I'll open something else. But in command economy, it's not like that. Government will decide what you're supposed to do. Like India before 90s was like that. If you want to open an industry, there will be only limited licenses. Government will say, you apply for license. If you get, you can open. Today, there's no license and all to opening industries except few. You have money, you want to waste your money or you want to make profit, that's up to you. You open industry, you don't want to open industry, that's up to you. You understood? So the government will decide what to produce, distribute and consume in a command. Even consumption is decided by the government. So government will not allow people to buy whatever they want in a command economy. Government will tell you have access only to 5 kg rice. They will give you a ration card and tell you you are eligible only for 5 kg rice. This used to happen even in India. Not to such a rigid extent, but in USSR and other countries, socialistic countries, they used to tell people that you can buy 5 kg rice, 1 kg sugar, like that. So even consumption was controlled. Okay, even if you have money, you can't buy. That was the situation in command economy. You understood all of you? Even distribution was by government. Government will have its own public distribution system through which it will distribute. So it was based on the necessity, what people want, that they used to give, not greedy. Okay, so that is a command. But country like India is a mixed economy, combination of both. Meaning, free market also is allowed to function. At the same time, government also is involved in production, distribution and consumption. However, today, this is reducing. Government's role in economy is reducing. See, for example, we have public sector unit, PSUs. Why are the PSUs set up? PSUs were there even in consumer goods. You believe it or not, toothpastes, all those were manufactured by government also. Slowly, we have started to privatize. Cars were manufactured, scooters were manufactured by government. Production was made by the government. But now we are mixed. You have government manufactured also, you have private. Now soaps, for example. You have Mysore sandal soap manufactured by the government. And then you have Lux and other things, whatever, which is manufactured by private. A combination of both. Okay, so that is mixed economy. You have private buses which are traveling everywhere. You have public buses to make profit also, to help get access to remote areas where private will not go. Agreed, all of you? So this is mixed economy, a combination of both. Okay, next. Next way of classifying economy is open and closed economy. The next, another way to classify economy is mixed or closed economy. Open and closed economy. So when we say open economy, there is flow of, as I told you earlier, flow of foreign currency, goods and services, and people. So if some Indian wants to invest abroad, they can do so. When a foreigner wants to invest in India, they can do so. There is no restriction. That's an example of open economy. But it's not so easy also. There are certain restrictions. Complete prohibition of this is closed economy. An open economy allows flow of foreign currency, exchange of goods and services, and movement of people. An open economy is that. Okay. Closed economy, where there is restriction on flow of foreign currency, goods and services, and people. Okay. So that is what is known as closed economy. But in a practical scenario, we do not have completely open economy or completely closed. I mean, closed though we don't have only, because no country can survive if it is a closed economy, because it has to, it will always be dependent on something or the other from outsiders. You can call North Korea as a closed economy to a large extent, because it has got very limited trade relation with outsiders. Only few like China and all do trade with North Korea. Okay. Open economy, free open economy where there is easy movement. We don't find, again, practically we don't have a country which can claim that they are open economy. There's always going to be a barrier, like tax barriers, visa for movement of people. Like US, you will say, oh, it's open. No, it's not. US also has limited visa. It also has tariff barriers for goods and services. So no country will have completely free, open economy. There is always going to be restriction. Is that okay? Open and closed. India is an open economy to a large extent. In the 90s, we started opening up much more, allowing investors to come to India. Today, we have liberalized even more, but still there is a lot of restriction. We'll discuss that when we do external sector. The last, another way of classifying economy of the world is capitalist and socialist economy. When we say capitalist economy, here, the modes of production, distribution, and consumption, or rather the resources, is owned by private. Ownership is private. That is called as capitalist economy, when the resources are owned by private. Whereas in socialist economy, where the national resources are owned by the government, public. All of you understood? So capitalist and socialist. So India is again a mixed economy here also. We are neither capitalist nor fully socialist. Ours again is a mixed economy. Okay. So we have socialist economic policies in order to promote welfare, to eliminate poverty, to create employment. We have socialist economy. See, for example, PSU, public sector units. So these public sector units are owned by the government. Why is it owned by the government? For various reasons. For to reduce regional imbalance, to create employment, to make goods or services accessible to all. For example, we have public sector units to ensure regional imbalance is less. Okay, like for example, BSNL. You might be telling, oh, BSNL, no network, no network. But BSNL is the only thing that is available in rural areas. Is that okay? So that's the reason. So that is why we have socialist economy. So private aimed at profit, government aimed at promoting regional imbalance, regional balance and welfare and things like that. Is that okay, guys? So these are the different types of economy. So what is economy? Micro, macroeconomics, and the different types of economy. Okay, capitalist is one. Just one line on that is important in case if they ask in the examination. Is that okay, guys?